We're excited to tell you about how happy we are with the Starlink we've installed on Freebird. Incredible speeds no matter where we've been. And we have a great offer for you, 1 month off your first month's subscription. A link for the discount is in the comments below. This morning has new Starlink equipment installed and working. It's a temporary install. This is all going to be hidden out of sight, except for the antenna that's out on the back deck. There's the Starlink antenna. Back inside, you see where I have this router placed. That's a metal covered jacuzzi grill. Probably not the smartest thing to do, break the signal going down. But I didn't want to tear the dash apart and try to install it in there. The final place is probably going to be underneath this little love seat here. There's a waterproof compartment and there's already power in there. So it'll get mounted down in there out of sight and not blocked by that grill. As far as the PVC pipe and how I might do something different with that, I'm going to look for a piece of, it needs to be about 7 feet high so I don't hit my head on it. That's how long this PVC is, but maybe 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches stainless steel tubing, and find a way to fabricate it and hold it up strong. I'd like to make it removable though too, so I have to keep that in mind. I'm not sure how I'm going to actually work that out yet. The finishing touch to our Starlink installation was the purchase of this 7-foot, 1-inch stainless steel tube that we then put in place of the PVC pipe we had temporarily used. And this is attached via some hose clamps. This is still kind of temporary, but you see the hose clamps allow us to be able to easily loosen it and then spin the antenna, or dish I guess it is, to the correct setting to optimize the signal strength or speed. So the final installation of the Starlink router and power supply is shown here in this shot. What I did was, there's a storage compartment that I used that has a back to it that I removed, and it's really underneath a nice love seat up here in the flybridge of Freebird, so it's fairly close to the antenna. And Freebird had a couple outlets unused. The ones on the left were the refrigerator, the ones on the right were unused for a ice maker that this boat didn't have from the factory, and there was already power running down to the fuse boxes. All I needed to do was install a circuit breaker. So we have a separate circuit breaker for the power supply, which is right there. And I zip tied that down very securely to a painted white board. In case water ever gets in here, it's up off of the upper deck here. And then there's the router up nice and high with no metal blocking its signal. The extra cable, in case you needed to run a longer distance, they give you plenty of cable with the initial Starlink package. And it all tucks underneath the love seat here, which I've got it off, and the final thing will be plugging that power cable into that outlet underneath the seat instead of dragging it out here into the outlet up here. Worst part of the installation was drilling this hole through the fiberglass. So you notice I kept it up high off the lower deck so no water would get in, and also you got to use a rubber grommet whenever you place a cable through a hole so it doesn't wear through the insulation of the cable as you're bouncing around in the waves.
After we get tied into a slip, we go into the alignment part of the app for the Starlink, and you can see here that it's a little bit off. It's still in the square. It probably would work, but we always like to make it just right. So it says turn Starlink to match. So Ed will go out and just turn it a little bit, and you can see on the app as he turns it, and eventually it pops up. There it goes. And a little bit to the right, a little bit more. Perfect. And then he has a couple of locks that he tightens up, clamps that he has on it. And Starlink is back in business. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. We'd be happy to help in any way. Thank you for watching.